Okay, here's a London opening. I played against 1700. The London opening focuses on the e5 square. First 3 moves right off the bat. And now you want to get the light bishop to d3. Creates a nice bishop pair going towards Kingside. If they threaten the bishop on f4, strap it back. If they take, you capture with h-pawn. You have an open file towards h7 pawn. All right, so you develop the knight to d2 because you want to replace the knight on f3 when he gets the outpost. So you push c3. This completes the London formation. So look at all the squares London controls. Got the dark squares covered with mostly the pawns, and the knights and the light colored bishop control the light colored squares. So then go ahead and grab the outpost. You don't have to worry about knight taking knight because he's going to fork himself when pawning recaptures. So now, before you get the knight to f3, you push f pawn. It gives you more support on the knight and controls the center. If knight captures bishop, again, don't worry about it. Just capture with pawn, open up the h file. So just replace the knight when knight takes knight. If pawn pushes, just capture bishop. Right here, so if they have a fianchetto position there, you want to put your bishop down 1 square and attack the knight, or attack the h5 square. This is where you want to try to break the fianchetto position up by trading pawns. Okay, so the knight forks me, so I'm going to drop back to protect the dark pawn in e3. I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm going to try to get this pawn traded. It's threatening g2, but I'm not worried about it. I'm more prioritizing the pawn takes, because if knight takes, he's going to just go back and I'll get another pawn exchange. So he has to take back first on g6. Then I'll take bishops off the board. And I'm going to take away an escape square for the knight. So I'm going to force him to check me on g1 if he wants to. So he's got to do something about the knight being trapped. So he supports it. I trade it. Now the pawn is off the g file. I break off the pawn from the bishop queen. So now h pawn is pretty much dead. And I put more pressure on the h file. Now I have a check fork. Get the e6 square. Pawns off the board. I had 2 fork possibilities with the knight. As you can see, king pawns are going away from the king. So whenever that happens, it's good for you. So rook chases queen, then makes a violent mistake, and I get the king-queen fork. Black resigns.